Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have an amazing video for you guys today. We are going to be talking about this insane story about home title fraud. Now check this out. You guys know that, well, you might not know this, but usually in times of economic crashes, especially like housing crashes, people try to take advantage of the system. Why? Because less people are basically paying attention. Imagine when there's just like a lot of people, going into foreclosure, or, property prices are just crashing. People try to take advantage of that, especially when people are underwater in their homes, right? So there's this basically this scam that is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which is called home title fraud, home title theft also, where basically criminal fraudsters go ahead and using fake identities and fake notaries, they go ahead and they basically take you out of your title, right? They switch the names into a name of a person that they control. It could be a fake person for all that matters. And basically, once they have control of your title, they go ahead and borrow against your property or even sell your property in some cases. Well, at the end of the day, it is very easy for homeowners to prove that they were, scammed, right? Absolutely. The problem is that once these criminal fraudsters do this process and they borrow money against your property, they end up being the ones that takes the money and they run, right? And now the people that lent out the money, obviously thinking that this fraudster was doing this in good faith. Well, the problem is that once, the banks get involved and they lend out money and people get paid off or whatever, well, they want their money back. And the only way that they can get their money back is basically going after your home. And that is literally at the heart of the issue, is that, you're going about your life like, living, paying your bills like nothing's going on. And then suddenly you find out that your house is being put into foreclosure, right? Why? Because some criminal fraudster somewhere out there went ahead and borrowed against your property without you even knowing it. Now you got to basically prove to the courts that it wasn't you, that this was fraud was committed against you. But all that process and going through the court system, man, that could take over a year, 2 years, and it could cost you, tens of thousands of dollars, right? Some people unfortunately just give up because they're like, you know what? I don't even have the money to fight this. Now think about that, right? Home title fraud is kind of crazy. So I run across a story, and it says basically impersonators posing as homeowners linked to 32 property fraud cases in British Columbia. This is insane, right? So basically it's got all the same stuff that people do when it comes to home title fraud. They impersonated people's identity, and they went ahead and pretended like they were the owners. They were able to transfer, title from the real owners to people that they know, and then they turned around and sold those properties. Check this out. Let me just read. Here, an investigator says that basically a while ago, this used to be very, very rare, but now it seems like it's happening all the time, basically. This is crazy. There is not that much protection against people. So here, okay, how do you protect yourself? A lot of people are like, okay, you're telling me that this could happen. You're showing me stories. I'm really, really scared. I want to protect my home. I want to protect my most valuable asset. What do you do, right? Well, basically, it's actually simple. You just have to call the county recorder's office and double check that your title is right? That everything looks normal. If you start receiving funky mails that you don't know why, like anything like address changes or any kind of verification, you want to get on it. You want to call your title company and make the county recorder's office and make sure that your title is, to your name and nothing has been changed. Now, there's definitely other third-party ways to do it. I know there's a company, I've seen their commercials on TV. It's called Home Title Lock. Home Title Lock basically scans all the county recorder's office to make sure that if there's any changes in your title, right? So you sign up, and if anybody's trying to, change your name out of your name to another name, it will send you a letter right away, an alert of some sort. I think it's through email or through text or whatever. And then once you get that alert, you basically then could, stop bit before they borrow against your property. Now, it's still going to, if someone tries to do this to you, you're still going to have to hire a lawyer, but it's the difference between, spending $1,000 or $2,000 on a lawyer and you catch it right when it happens versus, spending $100,000 on a lawyer. So, I mean, it's real. Imagine if you have a house, worth $1 million that's basically paid off, or you have a lot of equity. Imagine some neighbor, somebody that really wants to screw you, some criminal fraudster. I mean, it's easy to get people's personal information online. So imagine someone fakes your identity and suddenly they transfer title over and then they're borrowing against your home. It's an awful, awful crime. And I'm seeing more and more stories like this. I'm going to also have a link of this story down in the description. But guys, protect yourself. If you own a home, home title protection is very, very important, especially during these turbulent economic times where you have a lot of fraudsters out there just trying to figure out, a quick way to scam somebody out of their hard-earned money. So I definitely encourage you guys to check out Home Title Lock. Again, they do it for you, and it's I don't think it's very expensive. Go ahead, click the link, and it'll take you to the website. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. We're gonna be talking all about the housing news, what's happening, and I'm gonna bring you these types of stories, as I see them. Stories that are definitely worth talking about. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.